I apologize. This is the fifth take. If somebody ain't calling me or I'm just screwing things up, I'm getting the words wrong, it's not coming out right. So don't worry, I will get to the Carolina Panthers review video momentarily. I want to speak on a little bit of John Madden. When I think of NFL football or football video games, he comes to mind. When I was growing up, I watched NFL football games on television, either CBS or Fox Sports. It would be him with either with late great Pat Summerall or somebody else, you know. And his name blew up in the NFL world around in the 1990s, especially in the mid to late 1990s. I remember the first time I played a Madden NFL football video game by EA Sports was Madden NFL 94, which was released in 1993. I was living overseas and my father was in the military during that time. Good times, by the way. I would go to my friends' house. They would come to my house. We would play any type of video games, and Madden would be in the middle of it. We go to, I would go to their basements. They come into my basements, either with a book bag in our bag or in our hand with Super Nintendo or Sega Genesis inside of it. I mean, like I said, we'd be having a ball, having a grand time, not giving a damn. I mean, competition is fierce, but not super serious to the point our friendship would be tested. You know what I mean? So I remember Madden NFL 96 front cover with Jacksonville Jaguars and Carolina Panthers, inaugural season, which it was 1995, by the way. Yeah, it's going to be bittersweet. You go back playing Madden football video games, either it's Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Sega Game Gear, what was it, Nintendo's Game Boy, Sega Saturn, Sega Dreamcast, PlayStation 1, 2, and 3, original Xbox, Xbox 360, and you hear, either Pat Summerall or John Madden. The last time football video game fans heard John Madden's voice, we got to go all the way back to, what was it, 2005 with Madden NFL '06. By the way, I did do a Madden NFL football video thoughts. The links will be in the description. I remember talking about where me and my brother-in-law played during, what was it, summer of 2006. And I stayed with him and my sister and the kids. They were out of state at the time before moving here to North Carolina years later. We played at least about 6 games. He beat me 5 times. I beat him one time. It was in overtime. It was a close match. And it was awesome. Still, man, it was great. Hearing his voice, man. Not my brother-in-law, but John Madden. Like I said, man, it's gonna be a bittersweet. They should just retire the name John Madden and don't use his name. I'm talking about EA or EA Sports, because what's the point? You haven't used him. You haven't used his voice in years, if not a decade or a decade and a half, possibly longer. You only using his name for money's sake. So, rest in paradise to Mr. Great John Madden. Him and the late great Pat Summerall can call football games in the afterlife. I'm sure they're having a grand old time, man. So, now, back to Carolina Panthers review. They played on the road against the New Orleans Saints, and unfortunately, they lost their sixth straight games, excuse me. 18-10, the final score. They were doing well in the first half, and we all know what happened in the second half. They struggled. The ugliness, the struggle, it reared its ugly head like it has had been most, if not all, season long. You know what I mean? Carolina Panthers turned the ball over twice versus the New Orleans Saints not turning the ball over, not one time. That's not going to get it done. And you're not going to win when you have under 200 yards total versus the New Orleans Saints. I think they had 280 total yards or something like that. I could be wrong. Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? I saw it somewhere. Yeah, 280. I apologize. I'm looking at the ESPN website right now. So, I mean, the defense kept the team in the game. It's just, here we go again. The offense doing little to nothing. But like I said, I wish the defense would have created turnovers, scoop and score, pick six, something. Anytime Taysom Hill outplays Sam Darnold, you know that is a problem. Y'all heard about the article from the Athletic from Josh Pearson, or Josh Pearson or Peters, whatever his name is, last week, putting Matt Rule on blast. Oh God, I'm gonna say something about that in a second. I mean, to any Panther fan who didn't watch the game, 2 thumbs up. The rest of y'all watched it. It is what it is, man. Now they got to go to Tampa Bay to take on the Buccaneers. They a little disarray right now because of Antonio Brown's latest meltdown. Whatever. Who knows? Carolina may go down and play spoiler, get a victory. No. We're talking about Tom Brady here. So, now, I can't believe Matt Rule had the nerve to compare himself, his struggles, to Jay-Z. I get what he was going with. If he didn't say that, everything would be fine. Things would have turned out differently. But like I said, man, the Carolina Panthers are nothing more than a clown show, as Skip Bayless from Fox Sports 1 has put it, in the rest of the national media as well. I mean, they're taking turns, taking shots at the Carolina Panthers. Shoot, even Pat McAfee, who labeled them as a high school team. David Tepper, the owner, I hope you're watching. I hope you're reading. I hope you're listening. The Panther fans, they're not happy at all. And I know people are going to say, hey, it takes time. Give Matt Rule a chance. Give Sam Darnold a chance. Tell that to the Carolina Panther fans to their faces and see what happens. What type of reaction you're going to get. Yeah, I thought so. For me, give them one more year. If next year's, which I saw the 2022's opponent schedule, it looks decent, but you know how that's going to turn out. If it turns out to be exactly or similar to 2021 season, Matt Rule has to go. Look what happened with the late, great George Seifert. He coached the Carolina Panthers for 3 seasons before he got the boot. Don't think for a second that Matt Rule won't get the boot if things don't get turned around quick, fast, in a hurry. So, and with that, throwing y'all a salute. I know it's very long. And with that, SA17, once again, salute. Enjoy the rest of your day.